Hi everyone, let's create a figure drawing picture in the style of Keith Haring. We're going to draw 4 different bodies of 4 different people in different poses. We're also going to color them with nice, bold, solid colors, just like the style of Keith Haring. Now we're going to start with our white paper, and you're going to use a pencil. I'm going to use a marker just to show you on the video, but you are going to use a pencil. Now to start, we have to make 4 boxes. So here's how I make 4 boxes evenly. Put a dot on the top of your paper where you think the middle is. I think my middle is there. Now put a dot on the bottom of your paper where you think the middle is. I think my middle is there. Then connect those 2 lines with a straight line. Doesn't have to be perfect, just as straight as you can get it. Good. Now let's make a dot on the left side in the middle. I think my middle is right here. And on the right side, in the middle, I think my middle is right there. And make a straight line and connect them. Good. 4 boxes that are pretty much equal. All right, to start our first person, we're gonna look at this little figure drawing example, and we're gonna pick one to draw in our first box. I'm gonna show you how to draw the first one, and then you're gonna try some on your own. All right, let's try a simple pose. Let's try and draw this person that looks like their arms are up. It almost looks like they're doing a little dance. Okay, so I'm gonna place this over here, and we're gonna draw in our first box. So when we draw the body of a person, we need to start with the head. Then we draw the neck and torso, the upper arms, the lower arms, the upper legs, the lower legs, and the feet and the hands. There's a lot of different parts of your body. So let's start at the top of our box, and we're gonna draw the head of the person. Circle. Now it looks like the torso is just going straight up and down for our little guy here. So I'm just gonna draw a rectangle. Pretty simple. Let's look at the arms. The arms are going out to the sides, but not exactly straight, a little bit at a diagonal. So I'm gonna put a line that goes up diagonal and up diagonal. Now that so far just looks kind of like a stick figure. We need to turn these into rectangles so they look more like a body part, thick. So I'm gonna turn that into a rectangle and that arm into a rectangle. Now don't forget, we need to draw the lower arms because we drew the upper arms. We're forgetting about the other half of the arm. The other half of the arm is gonna go up straight, and then turn into a rectangle. Now for the hands, we're gonna keep it really simple. We're just gonna draw a little circle to show that that's where the hand is gonna go. All right, perfect. Let's draw the legs. If you look at the legs are going pretty straight, but this right one is at a little bit of an angle. So let's draw a straight line and then a line that's at a little bit of an angle. And of course, we have to turn these into rectangles. Let's finish the lower leg. Straight line that goes straight down, straight line that goes at a little bit of an angle. And let's turn these into rectangles. And finally, the feet. We're gonna make a tiny little square and a tiny little square for the feet. That looks great. We finished our first person. Let's choose a new pose now. Let's choose a pose. Ooh. We have a lot of poses here to choose from. Let's choose a pose that's kind of fun. How about this running pose? Let's try that one. So for this pose, we need to draw the head to the side because we need room for the rest of the body here. So on the right side of my paper, towards the top, I'm gonna draw my circle. Then look at the torso. The torso is going at an angle like this. It's not straight up and down like this one. So I'm gonna draw my rectangle to the side, almost like he's bent over a little bit. Good, let's try the arms now. So the arms are going out like this. So put 2 straight lines that go left to right, nice and straight. and then turn them into rectangles. Now let's not forget about the lower half of the arm. This one is going up and this one is going down. Turn those into rectangles. Good, let's not forget about the hands. Let's add 2 little circles for the hands. Let's try the legs now. The first leg is going out straight and the other one is going down at a diagonal. Turn those into rectangles. I'm gonna put this one just a little bit like that. All right, the lower legs, this one goes out straight and this one goes down straight. Turn those into rectangles. Finally, let's add a little square for the foot and the other foot. Nice job, boys and girls. We're gonna pick one more to do together and then the 4th one you're gonna do on your own. Let's pick another pose from our list here. Let's try, ooh, this one's kind of fun. Let's try the one where he's standing on top of his head, almost like a handstand. So that means we need to place the head at the bottom of our square. And the torso goes up from the square, almost the exact opposite of this one. The arms are gonna go out a little bit at an angle, a diagonal, and turn those into rectangles. And then they're gonna come down, turn those into rectangles. Don't forget about the hands, 2 little circles. Now the legs are doing something kind of funny. This leg goes out this way, this leg goes out this way. Turn those into rectangles. And then finally, the lower part of the leg, this one goes out this way, and this one goes out this way. Turn those into rectangles. And don't forget about the feet. Good job, friends. All right, I am going to leave our picture of our figure drawing people in different poses up on the screen, and you get to now pick one for your 4th drawing. Whichever one you think you like the best, go ahead and pick one, and then we're done with our figure drawings. All right, everyone, to color our figure drawings, we are going to use oil pastels and something called liquid watercolor paint. So I colored a few of here already. I'm gonna just color the last one here to show you. You can grab any colors of oil pastels. I tried to switch up my colors for each of the people. I'm gonna use yellow to color in this last one. And you're just gonna color all the body parts, all connected together, kind of like the style of Keith Haring, where he has those people in movement, bright colors, not a lot of details. All right, now you're gonna use liquid watercolor paint to paint the background. And we talked about warm and cool colors, how it's good to put a warm color with a cool color so that they stand out against each other and not a cool color up against a cool color or a warm color up against a warm color. So you're gonna use your liquid watercolor paints. And if you have a container that looks like this, you just need to twist the color open and then you can use that color. I'm gonna paint the background of this blue one, and I wanna choose a warm color because blue is a cool color. So I'm gonna choose this yellow-orange color right here, and I'm gonna use my brush. Now, I don't need to put any water in this. This is liquid watercolor paint, so it's already liquidy. You don't need to add any water to it. Now, remember, we learned about how oily oil pastels and liquidy watercolor paint are great together, because if you get your watercolor paint on top of your oil pastel a little bit, it's okay. It's not gonna cover it up. They mostly like to separate from each other, the oil and the water. So I'm just gonna try and go around and fill up that white background. And it's okay if I get it a little bit on my person. All right, wash this color off, and now I'm gonna paint the background of this yellow figure. I'm gonna put my twist cap back on, and I'm going to choose a cool color for this background because yellow is a warm color. So I think I'll choose this bluish purple color. That's a very dark, cool color. And I finished painting my backgrounds and coloring my people. Now what I'm going to do to finish this, you might notice that I have some dark outlines here and some little movement lines here. So I'm going to take a black oil pastel and add that to these two. I do want to make sure it's pretty much dry. There's not any big puddles. So wait until the puddles are gone. And then take your oil pastel, your black one, and make sure you can see the tip of the black, and just carefully go around your person to outline them. This makes them stand out from the background even more, and it looks a lot like Keith Haring's art. He always has those really dark, bold outlines, and it almost makes the people look like simple cartoons. That's kind of the style that he liked. All right, I'll do the same thing for this one. All right, now these little movement lines, I love to add these. Keith Haring adds these to his art as well. A lot of times you'll see these in cartoons, and they're just little lines that either curve around the body parts of the person to show that they're moving their body parts in a certain way. So I'm just gonna put them kind of around the arms and legs a little bit, and I even put some lines here, fast, straight lines to show that he's running. I can do the same thing for this one here. All right, boys and girls, my artwork is finished. When you're done, you can either put this in your art folder if it's dry enough or on the drawing rack. Make sure your name's on the back. Can't wait to see your art.